Are you done with yours?
Yep.
Okay, then, Eddie,
Me?
you're the man, the hour.
Morning, everybody.
Morning.
Morning.
Everything I've got to deal with is old business that drags on.
We already went through old business.
And,
Very defining old.
So, I think you've got this. That's from James Mellinger. He's a cabinet maker in Bird City. And didn't get this from him in time to come bring it to the last meeting. That's to reconfigure that west entrance at long-term care.
Okay.
You know, they left that room pretty open to start with because they needed to use it for a dining room during construction. And so now they want to put a nurse's station and stuff kind of on the west side of that. So when you go in the door, then
That'd be nice.
and up, change around their snack area and stuff. So that's what that's for. So I'd like to get that approved so I can move forward with this.
As long as it's in your budget, I guess it's fine with me.
Okay.
Looks to me like he's pretty reasonable.
Well,
Countertops and with everything the way prices are.
so yeah, there'll be a stub wall across there in front of it, so the people, kind of separates it a little bit. But they can still, staff can still see out. I understand the problem.
I don't think we should.
There's not many cabinet makers around. You interested in bidding? I understand the problem, but
Yeah, I'll put a bid in 34,000.
Eddie, I'm sure that you reached out and tried to do your homework
Yes.
in regards to who'd be available to do
yeah,
this. and-
absolutely.
And,
Yeah.
put out the effort to
I'm a
get
due
bids.
diligent kind
Yes,
of
you are a
guy.
due diligent guy.
We're just trying to stay within the.
Yep. Oh, I try to do the bid thing, like get multiple bids.
And this
I
is
do.
basically the only one you come up with.
Yeah, so, and that took months to get this. Months.
Does he have a shop over there he works out of?
Yeah, he does. It's over by the water tower there. That building used to belong to Shannon,
Oh, okay.
the red building. Right next to the water tower.
So like Brett said, I think it's a very reasonable bid for the scope of work.
And what'd you say this is for?
They've got stub wall.
For a nurse's station?
Yeah.
New one? Okay. I just want to make sure.
Yeah.
I think we would, wouldn't we?
Motion?
Yeah, you need a motion.
I move that we accept the bid of James Mellinger Construction for a nurse's station at the long-term care for $11,074.08.
I second that.
First and second, then, all in favor? Aye. Opposed? Okay.
Thank you, Ann.
And then for another bid, capital improvement.
So next, we've got the flooring project to do that west wing. And that was kind of phase 3 on the whole project up there was, at some point updating that west wing. And so I have 2 bids. The third one I don't have yet, but one's from Burlington, one's from the Lighthouse here, and the one that I'm getting someday is from Hayes. So there'll be 3 bids on this. And I'm not going to turn these in yet because it depends on, haven't decided for sure which material we're going to use. And it's 5,500 square feet, so, if you change materials, it changes the overall cost quite a little. And so it looks like it's gonna be, $48,000 to $50,000 maybe. That's a lot of money, but like I said, it's 5,500 square feet. And that's all, those rooms are carpeted. That's for 19 rooms and all the hallway. So, and part of the added cost of that is, there's people living there that, you've got to have access down the hallway all the time for staff. And so that's always an added deal. So I just wanted you to be aware of kind of what the dollar amount we're looking at. And the carpet in those rooms is getting such bad shape, and the state's kind of wanting to get rid of carpet anyway.
You're going to put a different flooring on there?
Yeah.
Snap together stuff?
Well, they don't know for
I
sure.
don't know.
So there's been a lot of discussion for 60 days on this project. So I just wanted you to be aware of what we're thinking, and I don't have the third bid yet. And then where are they at on the roofing? I see you're looking for bids.
All I have is one right now.
And who's it from, Matt?
It's from that original place.
Okay.
I asked him for one with impact-resistant shingles, and the other got back with me.
And
K-Camp kind of wanted impact resistance, since it's been turned in.
Yeah, see, this is what I wondered. Because when I've worked with K-Camp before, I've got all the faith in the world in them. They're going to tell you like it is. I mean, I really like working with them previously, because the two men they sent really knew their stuff and common sense. And so I just wondered what K-Camp's stance was. And that guy, those numbers I gave you, that guy just came by and wanted to give me a number. And I said,
K-Camp adjuster said he's right on, so.
okay. And so I didn't know whether K-Camp thought the whole campus needed done.
I emailed that to you, did you not get it?
Oh, I don't
I
know.
emailed that report to you,
Okay.
but it's in there.
Okay. So, I know that west wing, those shingles are older, and the apartments, but see, everything else has been replaced fairly recently, but that doesn't mean anything sometimes. So, I was just curious about, what K-Camp thinks, because they're the ones paying the bill.
$122,000, I think, is what they.
Okay.
And they kind of, I think I think this is if you went to the impact resistant shingles, which are going to be more, there's a little more money there.
Okay.
Is that doing the entire campus?
Well, that'll also lower the rate, the insurance rate on it.
Should.
Have good knowledge.
Should if you hails and, you have to replace the shingles every year.
So need to be sure that they put that frost barrier in around the eaves and up the valleys. That's pretty well accepted anymore, but once in a while they might try to let that slide. And it doesn't cost much more. It's just one of those things that needs to be, in my opinion. So, and then there's several of those window air conditionings that I don't know how many. I know the one on the west side by the laundry room. Those fins are all totally flat. So that needs
Okay.
considered in this hail loss, I would assume.
Are you wanting it coned out, or are you wanting new units?
These are past cone.
Okay.
They're flat.
Okay.
But stop by and give it a whirl. Bring your comb.
I've done it a lot.
Oh, I know.
And it's
but
no fun.
But this is severe. So, is there anything else at this point in time?
How are you for occupancy?
We're good. Waiting list, both sides of the street. So,
That's phenomenal.
That doesn't mean they're in the room open for a week or two, you know, because this stuff has to be in motion. You can't start this process until they're out the door. You'd think there ought to be some continuity, but it doesn't work that way in healthcare.
I can see the problems of putting new flooring when you gotta move something.
Nightmare.
Move them all out, where do you put them?
Well, they're going to try to do 1 or 2 rooms a day, so they can
Oh,
be back
okay.
in there. But the hallway's going to be the problem. But if they can move them out for the day and back in that night.
Yeah.
And then here's another thing about bids. I see this bid from Burlington. He doesn't include moving furniture. Well, I've never heard of somebody going in and doing flooring and think they don't need to move the furniture. So it's these crazy things that you get into. And additional advanced floor prep will be billed at $65 an hour. And I don't like that kind of an open-ended bid at all. I want to know. So things you have to watch for in bids. But you know that. You deal with tons of them every month. So.
We don't have any staff that would be able to move the furniture anyway, do you?
Not really. You know, I mean, and there again, to have staff available, I mean, maybe once in a while they might be able to, but not, I mean, it needs moved right now. Well, that staff might not be available right now to have that moved out first thing in the morning. And no, we don't have staff to do it. Our maintenance guy.
How about the other 2 bids? Are they
Well, this one from Lighthouse doesn't have that stipulation in it, and I've not seen them bid from Hayes yet, so I don't know. But, I mean, that's just something we'll have to consider when we accept the bid or not.
and Hayes has promised you a bid here
A bid.
soon?
Define soon in this business. So on some more old business, Brock is going to redo some stuff on that west entrance, but see, I talked to you 6-8 months ago about that. So soon, he's told me soon, so you figure out what soon means.
Okay, the bills on Brock.
Well, but that's for, that was for some other things that were
That was for
Older.
stuff that was approved a year and a half ago. or
Yeah,
so.
yeah,
And the fireproof doors, did they ever get in?
yeah, and so that was part of those
Part of
bids.
it.
Yeah, one of them was $1,409, one was $870, and one was
$5,000.
yeah,
One of them was 5,000.
yeah. And so that was stuff that had been approved 24 months ago in December. Soon. It's a key word. So there will be some stuff coming through on that at some point. So that's
Okay.
all I have. Thanks for your time.
Thank you for what you're doing.
Thank you. Do we have a private citizen here yet? She's not coming in. You want to go with Ryan?
Yeah, we can, since he's here.
Hey, Ryan, you want to go ahead and go early?
This is what it would cost for,
No, it's just, we're going to move Ryan ahead of,
this is what it costs now.
Okay. Hello, Ryan.
Good morning.
How are you?
Good, how are you guys? Good. The first thing I have is we were contacted by the Cheyenne County Community Foundation for a $3,000 grant to help with meals for the upcoming class. And so I just wanted approval. Jill's going to write that, but I want approval to write that and accept that grant. There's no matching funds, so that'll provide the money to provide a meal every night for the class, since it's an evening class.
and that's going to be out here in
That'll-
this county?
Yeah, it'll be up at our building every Monday night. And then the other counties are coming here, but, yeah.
And that'll give us, what, four people that are taking the class, or how many?
6.
From Cheyenne?
6 from Cheyenne
Six.
County.
That's good.
Yep. So I just need a motion for approval to write that grant.
I'll make a motion, or
Go right.
I make a motion that we, you write that grant.
Second.
And first and second to write this grant. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?
Scott, do you need that? That's what it is.
Yeah, thank you.
Okay. And the last thing I have is, this is the write-offs for EMS for approval. The one on the top there is what we call bad debt. So I just need approval to accept these. We'll write them off. That means that they're not collectible, so we have to take them off the books. The second sheet, that's just showing that's our contractual adjustments, and this goes back all the way till we started doing the billing back in August of 2019. So that just kind of shows you like private insurance, Medicaid, Medicare, what the contractual write-offs are. We can't control that. So
Right.
I just information for you guys, kind of let you know what those run. So
And we're all caught up now, right?
yes,
Great. Okay.
yeah,
And that's pretty good if there's only 3 that you're writing off.
yes. And I mean, obviously, because we're an open meeting, I can't go into the specifics for each one of those, but there's multiple reasons why, they could be deceased or disability. I mean, there's reasons why they're not collectible. So.
Okay.
Need a motion on that?
Yeah.
Write those off?
Make a motion that we write off the EMS write-off debt.
And that's for $1,109.49.
Yeah, $1,109.49.
Second.
Okay, it's been first and second. Write this off. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Okay. Motion carried.
That's all I have.
Ryan, thank you.
Thank you.
No, there's one more thing.
Oh, yeah, towers.
Gone already. For the last year, I drive by going from basketball games or volleyball. Do we own either one of those towers out on the highway out by Wheeler?
Yes.
Do they have to have lights on?
I have always been told no.
Okay.
I have asked that before.
All right, because I'm going,
The big tall tower, that's not ours. Ours is the small one there.
I was just, for
Right
legal
by-
reasons, I
don't know the exact, it's right by Vicky Calcrate's house.
yes.
Right.
We don't have to have lights on that.
No, and actually, we don't use that tower. I believe it's Road and Bridge, and then Prairie Land uses that because Prairie Land, they did an agreement. Prairie Land put a backup generator there for use of the tower. So that way, if the power goes out, all those repeaters work. But and then we have a repeater out on the KDOT tower. So
Out by Rogers Park.
yes. Yep.
Is it fairly expensive to put a light just for safety or not?
I've never bid that out. I would
I
imagine.
would imagine
You'll
for some
climb
of
up
the
there and put
climate
it in, won't you?
change
Yeah.
it. If you don't need it, I wouldn't do it.
Just to even put an antenna on a tower, you have to have the engineers come out and make sure that it can withstand the weight of an antenna, even because of how high those towers are.
Well, I just go by there at night and go, that's because, the only reason, because the tower north of Wheeler has a light on it,
Right.
and I'm going, well, why these don't?
Right.
Either one of them have lights. So
Well, and like out at the farm, we have a Midwest Energy tower, and it doesn't have a light on it either. So it's my understanding if they're
height.
under a certain height, you don't have to light them. So.
Thank you.
Yep,
Makes me feel
that's
better.
my understanding. So, thank you.
Did you want to take a break yet, or do you good?
Whatever you want to do.
You want to call Don in then?
Yeah.
Well, we're gonna pay the overtime. Well, I mean,
We can't go full advantage.
because cover a lot of shifts on the outside.
Yeah.
That's not an ID, the only one we can, is the $466 a month or something like that.
Hello, Don.
Hello.
Morning.
How are you guys today?
Good, you?
Good. Okay. We got all the titles done.
Good deal.
Yes. The state was doing a new, upgrading their software title background check stuff in movers, and they really pushed for us to get all the titles done because it was going to create a giant headache. So I kind of focused my weekends on getting those done, and Melva stepped it up a little bit too, and we got them all done before the deadline. So
I got mine, I didn't even know what it was. I couldn't remember that I didn't have the title.
I'm gonna be looking for mine.
and now with Melva on full time, she has been approving titles the next day. So that's been, we're caught up. We're there's no more. I'm so excited about that. I've been working with the state on some double payments that were made for motor vehicle registrations that we sent to the state that we shouldn't have. We got one of them refunded. The other one, it's kind of, so we sent them a double payment of $6,000 and change, and then we shorted them the next week, $4,000 and change. So we're working on how to work that out. The other one, we double payment was like $2,500. They've refunded that to us. So that's been taken care of. Driver's license, normally we send about $100 a week, $100 every other week to the state. For some reason, $4,000 got sent to them for driver's license. So we have not paid. We've shorted them. It's a mess. So I'm working on with them on getting that reconciled and figured out. They are aware of it, though. They're also aware of the entire situation of the county, so they're working with me on that, on getting reports and getting things and making sure everything balances. But this is all from 2020 that's now hitting in 21, so it's going to look weird for numbers purposes. But hopefully I'll have all the reports and everything to have the documentation to make it make sense. So I have a conference in Wichita next week, so I will be out of the office Wednesday, Thursday, Friday for that. It's Treasurer's Conference. So period 13, I'm through the middle, I'm almost to February. I just finished February 12th, I think, of 2021 in processing and balancing daily stuff. My last period 13 AP run is February 16th or whatever. So as soon as I get that day balanced and that period 13 one done, then I should have everything to the auditors as far as 2020 is concerned.
What's period 13?
It's bills that come in after, that were done in 2020 but come in 2021.
So they need to hit the fiscal year of 2020, but we didn't get the bill for until 2021.
Okay.
So it's just the final cleanup of the year.
So it really doesn't mean anything to me then,
Well, as for budgeting and auditing and yeah.
Duh.
Yeah.
Sorry.
No,
That's,
I didn't know that.
so there's 12 periods a year. Every month is,
See, I wrote it twice. 'Cause I didn't have a clue.
and period
It's just to
13 is
make
kind
sure
of
the money comes out of
the
the
gray
right
area.
Okay.
The gray area.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yes. So it's the final closeout of the year. We've got to get through all of those because, like payroll, the pay period is in December, but they don't get paid until January. So that's that gray area. That's period 13.
Okay,
So,
thank you.
you're very welcome. So that should be all done and off to the auditors hopefully this week. That's kind of the last thing they're waiting on. They're waiting on a few bank recs that I need to get finished up too. And then we should be able to do a full audit of everything.
Or you were just as stupid as me, just was embarrassed to ask,
You
but
know, I was gonna try to look it up.
Ask me all the questions you want. I'm good with it. There's a distribution in September after the conference that I'll be working on. Heritage Fund, I've yet to get to that. That's the Register of Deeds Heritage Trust Fund. I know there hasn't been any payments since I know the fourth quarter payment wasn't made for 2020. I don't know about the third quarter payment. And obviously nothing's been made for 2021. So once I get things kind of caught up, I'll just make one. I'll make a 2020 payment and then start making the 2021 payments. Nobody's called me on it, so it's not really been a priority for me. I've kind of been prioritizing when people call, like, oh, okay, I need to work on that one. They haven't really called me on it, so we'll just hope I can get to it before they start calling. So yeah, that's kind of where this last month there was a big push to get a lot. I mean, we got a lot done this last month as far as getting 2020 closed, getting titles done, getting the new year opened up. So,
Good deal.
hopefully, my goal normally on a good day in the office when I can actually focus on this stuff and not get pulled to the front counter, I can usually get a week of old stuff balanced and processed in one business day. So being in the middle of February, I'm kind of hoping to be current by like October. So when taxes roll out, I can then focus on taxes and all of the fun stuff of fall. So I think it's a very attainable goal. I might be off a couple weeks, but it should be a very attainable goal to be current day on processing and everything by October-ish. So yeah, hopefully. Right now, there's a little bit of the accounting of things was not great. They paid stuff out and then they voided things in April, and so things right now are not looking balanced because they voided things, and hopefully through April, once I get through April, it'll all wash. It looks like it's going to wash. I found notes. So, but right now it looks negative when it's not. So we'll get there.
Not so scary then.
Yeah. Talk about scary looks, but we're not sure.
I know. It's,
That's the unknown.
yeah, that's the fun part of when I grab that next month of work and start diving into it.
Well, hang in there.
Yeah.
Yes.
So 2020 ended well. It closed well. So I was pleased with that. I'm hoping, like I said, the things that I have found for 21 so far look like they balance out in April of 21. So hopefully that is actually the fact. I won't know until I get there, but fingers crossed that's what happens.
How would it balance if we spend an extra $4,000 to $6,000 to the state for driver's licenses and
Yeah.
title work or whatever?
Well, at
whatever
least
you
it's
said.
account-
That I can,
Yeah.
it balances out because you found those problems.
Right. Now to fix them is the,
Fix them, is
yeah.
get refunds or send money one way or the other.
Right. So I've stopped sending driver's license money because we have a credit. They don't like that, but at the time, I didn't know what else to do. So if the state comes back and would prefer to just refund that driver's license, that $4,000, so it's equal, overpayment refund, and then I'll catch up the payments. I'm fine with that. I'm
See,
just
it'd
kind
make it
of,
easier for them to refund it back.
yeah. So we'll see what they have to say. They're looking through all of their protocols and things, and they're going to get back to me on that. So when I have guidance from them on what to do, I will get it done. So, do you guys have any other questions for me or concerns or?
I don't.
Okay.
We discussed the issue of like
Employee.
employees.
Okay.
We discussed that. and
Okay. So he'll get with me on that.
With you on that.
Okay.
I hope it's the way you want to do it.
Okay. Well, I'm kind of just going with the flow of whether I want it or not. It's just the way it is, and we'll figure it out because that's
Yep.
just the way it's going to have to be. So, all
Yep.
right,
Thank you.
perfect.
Have a good
Thanks,
day, John.
guys. Yep.
Take a break.
Yeah, we'll take a break.
I don't think I ever figured out what period 13 was, so thanks.